Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's tie-breaking round here on the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament here on SpeedGaming 2. Tonight, we have a one-game playoff to determine who is going to make it to the bracket stages of our main tournament between budzyRNG and Leslie Pro 04. Hi, everyone. I'm LZ Cards Fan 23. Joining me on the commentary tonight, the one and only Ferran Burgundy. A humongous race for these two. It's literally do or die for these runners.
It is certainly intense. I don't know if I would necessarily go do or die, but winning you're in, losing you're out. That is the name of the game here. No best of three, no nothing of that nature. Just one game, and we'll see how the chips fall here.
Yep, that is correct here. And the flags are going to be a little bit different than what you have been seeing throughout the tournament up to this point. So this is going to be the bracket stage flag. So that means there's no end card game, and hammers still do not break locks. And there are now question mark panels. So there's no telling how many forts are going to be in a level just by looking at the panel numbers. Those are going to be hidden away from these runners. Also, that replaces the hand stage icons. They too will be replaced by question marks. So also, please stick around at the end of our contest. We will have Macobra 52 go over the seedings and the matchups that will be happening in the first round of brackets. So this should be a lot of fun here, Burgundy.
It most certainly should. I am looking forward to this here. The stakes are getting a little bit bigger here, and I'm glad to bring it to you here, and it looks like we are about getting underway here.
In fact, we are underway. We are starting with World 6, so a very difficult level to start things off, and a troll pipe. That'll enable him to skip one level, but speaking of troll things, Leslie, took down the first sledgehammer row, but the second one picked them off with their hammer. So Budsy, let's see how they do. Budsy gets one, trying to wait this out here. Beautifully done by Budsy, and Leslie's getting the parade here. He had a long way before he could even move his character, Bergs.
You hate to see it. Just in a race scenario like this, tick, 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 here we go.
Now, Leslie opted to go into the Toad House, and ended up getting a mushroom, and the fort ends up being Super Tanks, one of the 4 branches of the Bowser military. Should not be a problem for either runner.
Nope, pretty quick work. Normally an auto-scroller, but auto-scrolling disabled because we're trying to go fast.
Yep, exactly here. And both of these runners are from Group C. They both had a 3-3 record coming in. And, of course, it was the top 2 runners in each of our groups advancing to the bracket stages. But because there was a tie, these two are having a one-game playoff to determine who will emerge into the brackets. Leslie, this time being big, takes care of the sledgehammer row and picking up a Jugum Cloud.
Nice to see skipping a particular level along the way here, and Budsy making quick work of 2-2.
Yep, the first level where you could get an anchor in the vanilla game. It's one of the 7 levels. You can spawn a white Toad House. Budsy also going into a Toad House here and gets a Tanuki suit. Leslie falling off here, and now is in trouble. There was a 1-up. Might have been hoping for a power-up. Oh, my goodness. A lot of dodging Leslie has to do, but he survives. Budsy survives the Fire Bros, gets a P-Wing. All right, Budsy reviewing his items. Thought about using an ion, but is going to go ahead, take care of these Boomerang Bros here, and no problems at all, and gets a Hammer Bros suit.
Ow.
That could come in handy if Leslie skips, and Leslie gets that same Tanuki suit from the Toad House. Oh, no. 7-1 with no power. Budsy probably going to take the intentional 100-coin fine. He tries to, and he just puts away the shell. Leslie going to, though, get that same Hammer Bros suit. Now, Leslie being big will be able to do the clip, so he may have a chance. Well, he had a chance, and now this is happening. Nice jump. Great job by
Wow.
Leslie. Very impressive. Budsy, meanwhile, using his Sledgehammer Bro suit right here. And if this is the only Hammer Brothers suit we have in the game, it could be advantage Leslie. Let's see who can get this clip first. They're both struggling. Oh, but it's Leslie first.
Gets it.
And he takes the lead in this game. We have seen a few races already in this tournament, Burgundy, where doing the clip in 7-1 or 7-6 has been a deciding factor here. And next up, we have got 5-4.
Rotating platforms and clouds. Oh my.
And having a tail really comes in handy, especially at the start of this level. All right, nothing really nasty at the end this time. Sometimes you see a nasty boss bass at the end, and Bud's going to skip that level and going to take the pipe, which unfortunately ended up being a troll pipe. Budsy forgot about that third pipe on the map. Leslie now in the Muncher run at 7-7.
Yep, Budsy out of the pipe, and Budsy got a rock.
He did indeed. Yeah, the reason why it looks closer than it actually is because remember, Budsy did use a Jugum Cloud to skip 5-4. Leslie still has it in his possession.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Leslie couldn't quite get to the question block in time before losing his power up there, but he's fine. Yeah, it's very tight timing there. I can't really do it myself either. I usually take a hit too when I'm big. All right, decisions. Leslie going top. Uh-oh, 7-8. Will he take the intentional? Yeah, I don't blame him. But look at the other panel. It's 5-9.
Oh, no.
Pick your poison. And Budsy can't skip it. Leslie going to see this 5-9. And yeah, he's going to use his Jugum Cloud. And I do not blame him one bit.
This is definitely the evil of two lessers here, and we got the P-Wing going to skip ahead.
Yeah, and I don't fault Leslie for using a power up there, because if he takes a death, he's going to lose that progress here. So this is crucial that Leslie takes down Lemmy. And if Lemmy ends up being a 5-hitter, this could be a challenge. Let's see what happens. 1 hit is not enough. 2 hits are not enough. 3 hits it is. The vanilla Lemmy Koopa. And Budsy using a P-Wing here on 7-8. Again, had no Jugum Cloud.
Oh, but lost it.
Oh, and he could be in trouble, but he'll be okay. So right now, as it stands, Leslie does have a true lead right now on Budsy by about a minute. Now, he's going to go for the P-Speed stretch and right into the Flame Jets. We get a Tanuki suit from the princess, and it's World 7, and this is a forced route because of that lock guarding the pipe on the right, and we've got 6-7.
Great use of the raccoon tail.
Oh, Budsy a little bit short on that jump, but he'll be okay. He's going to go after the power-up, which is a Fire Flower, so he may have a shot at getting the fire kill on Lemmy, especially when you've got that kind of angle. Unfortunately, now he's not on the angle, but does still get the fire kill on Lemmy. So Budsy will be moving on to the pipe maze himself. And there's a fort, a second lock, so there's at least 2 forts. And, well, it's our nemesis, Burgundy, 7F2.
Yeah, the less I say about 7F2, the better, because I'd like to continue commentating.
Oh, and my goodness gracious. You want to talk about a pickoff?
Oh.
Yeah, now Leslie takes the death. He'll probably go to the Toad House. Yep, because he's going to need a power-up. Yeah, this is a nasty seed so far. Whoever rolled this seed, good job. Keep up the good work. And Leslie probably not happy about that pick. He was probably hoping for either the leaf or the fire flower there. Oh, Leslie is going to hope that that is just simply not required.
It's a nice gamble to take.
Well, if we can find a pipe to the promised land, there's a good chance we don't have to break anything unless we have a 3-fort World 7.
All right, Budsy finishing up.
It proves to be a troll pipe for Leslie, and he's going to play this panel, which ends up being 4-3. And now Budsy's going to see that same 7F2, and he's going to play it out. If this ends up being required, Leslie's going to be in quite a hole.
Yeah, how quickly things will shift as Budsy now going to pick up the raccoon leaf and get hit by a plant. Some nice jumps, though.
Oh, yeah, he's making it look pretty good, but uh-oh, Tunnel of Love. The double fire piranha, you never like to see that. That's the worst because you're bound to take a hit and Budsy into the lava. All right, Leslie gets through 4-3, picks up a 1-up. Now Budsy, no lives left, so if he game overs, he's going to have to play that first level over again, and he picks a leaf. So that might give him a fighting chance if he goes back to 7F2 again, and that's exactly what he's going to do. And we are still not able to find the way out here, and I'm starting to get the suspicion, and Leslie I think is too, that 7F2 is blocking our progress.
Oh. Well, not necessarily, because in the traversing, I saw that one of the escape pipes went behind that fortress.
Right, I did too, because, you know, unless, of course, we've already seen that particular path as Leslie losing his leaf. Now I'm going to just try to make a breakaway here. But he's going to see this nasty tunnel of love. Budsy gets through the hard part here, but it's not over yet. Still has to get through Boom Boom. Let's see what happens here. There's 1, 2, 3. So first one done with 7F2. Leslie gets a break on the hot foot. Now the SMB3 J jump. He nails it. Leslie losing his power up here. Gonna have to beat this small. This is critical. If this is required, we're in trouble here. And Leslie gets it. That's a clutch kill right there.
Now, I didn't see if that pipe above the piranha there has been taken yet. Leslie's going to give the piranha a go, though.
Yeah, that might be the only way. Man, this is a nasty World 7 here. Everybody getting tripped up. Oh, Leslie getting tripped up here in this piranha stage as Budsy is playing a 3-2 using that Tanuki suit. Look at Budsy using the... Yeah, very nice.
And now let's see.
I'm a little surprised.
But it does go over to the promised land, so you can't skip that other fortress. So 7F2 was required.
Oh, yes. And Budsy, I'm a little surprised he did not go for the triple stars there, considering he had 0 extra lives. So yeah, 7F2 required. That would be just our luck if we were playing the Seedbergs.
Well, if it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. So.
Precisely. Oh, that might have been a yummy input. That's what it looked like to me. And Budsy gets a star. 8 to another nasty level, especially if there's a boss bass or a cheap right here. But luckily for Les, there's neither. And Budsy gonna play 7F1. I'm a little surprised he would do this.
So wait, both 7 forts here in level 7?
Yep, which is kind of common. I say it is. Oh, Leslie going for the big jump. Oh, and he overshoots it. This is giving an opportunity for Budsy to catch up here, Bergs.
Yeah, already having taken out the fortress, which I'm pretty sure is going to take care of that lock at the beginning.
Right, which is going to be unnecessary because, again, there were no locks or bridges to be built here at the end. Now, Budsy is going to skip the quicksand of shame. Oh, there was a cheap here. That's going to be respawning. Look at that. Face full of cheap. Now Budsy in some trouble. And going for the big jump. Nailed it this time. Leslie keeps his lead, but yeah, Budsy back in this race thanks to 8-2. Wow. But can he nail this jump? Yes.
Wow.
That's a tight jump right there. You have very few pixels to work with to nail that jump. And both of these runners are in lives trouble. They have 1 extra life left, and they still have 7-3 and a piranha stage and the airship to play out. This is kind of critical for both now, Burgundy.
Yeah, a miss here could be devastating.
Wow, nicely done by Leslie over that Jugum cloud. And now Budsy going to use the star to help him finish this level. No!
Oh, no!
And now Budsy in real trouble because this is his last life. Leslie used a star in the final piranha level, and Budsy not going to fool around. He's going to take the frog suit. Well,
well,
it's something.
It's damage absorption.
Wow, and we have the World 7 airship to boot. Vanilla with Ludwig von Koopa. But this could get real nasty real fast, Burgundy. Now, Budsy taking this very safe. He knows he has no lives left. He wants that star, and he was too far right.
Other way.
Yep, he was too far to the right. That's why it went to the left like that. But still, Budsy does get through 7-3. Leslie now in the Ludi fight. He's probably hoping a one-hit quitter, but it's Earthquake. 2 hits isn't enough. It's heavy metal. It's a big hit. It went #1, triple platinum.
Wow.
Ludwig. Wow, this is going to get very ugly for Budsy potentially here. A 5-hit Ludwig von Koopa with Earthquake in the natural arena. Oh boy. This is a big moment of this race here, Burgundy.
And Budsy knows it.
He's going to play this safe. I mean, it might cost him a few seconds here, but better to be safe than try to rush things. Take that death, and that's several levels Budsy's going to have to play over again if he does not nail this fight. We have World 1 with 3 Fort Monty, and there is one that is required because of the lock at the end, starting with 3F1.
The old 6-door special.
All right, here we go for Budsy. He's got 2. He's got 3. There's 4. And there's 5. Budsy in the clear, stays on pace with Leslie. Now, we'll see if Budsy opts to take an intentional game over here to restock on his lives. I know I certainly would if I was in Budsy's shoes, but let's see how he decides to play this out. And that, unfortunately, was not the fort that broke our lock. Maybe the Navy will be our solution.
Down the pipe, here comes Boom Boom.
Something tells me this is probably going to break our lock, and Budsy is going to take the intentional game over here. And it does. Looking where the lock placement is, Burgundy, I would bet any money that third fort's World 1 fort.
We've seen a good amount of vanilla already here.
Why not? Leslie in some trouble here in 2-4 with all these boomerang bros. All right, does find a star. That will help him to the finish line. Very good.
And get an extra life as well.
Yep, he fills his cards. Anytime you fill your cards, you get a 1-up, but if they match, 3 stars get you a 5-up, 3 flowers get you a 3-up, and 3 mushrooms a 2-up. Now, runners generally try to avoid that, Burgundy, because when you get 3 of a kind, you are treated to a nice firework animation. While it looks pretty and all, that is a big time sink. Leslie, unfortunately, runs into the Koopa Troopa in 3-9, and that is going to give Budsy a chance to gain some more time.
And again of note, no end card in this particular flag set, so the power-ups are a bit limited.
Yep, whatever they get from mushroom houses, the letters from the princess, and of course the Hammer Brother encounters are all these runners are going to get, as we do have Big Bertha. Nice shot there by Leslie. Oh, Budsy running into the paratrooper in 2-5 or 2-4 as well. So right now, Leslie about a couple of levels ahead of Budsy at the moment as he gets a star.
Both now and for later.
Budsy clipped, and I don't think he meant to do that, but he still had enough invulnerability to take out the Fire Bro. So we have the World 2 Fort, Larry Koopa. 1 isn't enough. Oh no. But it's 2. All right. Here's Budsy now in 3-9. He is small. He'll grab the star. He was probably hoping for a mushroom, but is what it is. And he's going to have that same Big Bertha waiting for him down below. But he has that ice block ready. Nice shot. And through 3-9. Leslie through the 3rd world, moving on to the 4th. People in chat, what do you think the next world's going to be?
Well, it would follow the order. It's been 6, 7, 1, and now 4. Okay.
Ah, dang, yeah. I was hoping for the wraparound world order there. 6, 7, 1, 2, and, you know, we had the first 3, but unfortunately, it doesn't keep up. 2 forts here in this World 4. We must build a bridge as always. Maybe it's this fort next door. We will find out in due time. Oh, Leslie, though, problems with the boomerang, bro. Nice shot. And gets a Jugum Cloud.
You love to see those.
All right, let's see what fort is going to be up now for Leslie here. It is the Ice Fort 6F2. And yeah, Leslie wants no part of it with a frog suit. Oh, he's going for gambling strats here. It's always risky to go down there. He does it on the first one, but because he bonked his head, he's not going to go for the second one. He never would have made it. So good choice there by Leslie.
As replenishment leaf, as Budsy gets the wand for World 3.
Yep, Larry going down, now on his way to World 4 with Iggy. All right, the toughest boom boom fight of the game. There's the reason why. There's 2, 3. Got him. Nice job there for Leslie. And get your commands out in chat if you've got them. And that does build the bridge for Leslie, so he is good. And we move on to the World 6 airship. Budsy taking care of the Fire Bros here and gets a hammer. We haven't seen one of those yet, and I think Leslie missed out on that hammer. So, you know, we still have World 2 left to go. That could give Budsy an opportunity here, Burgundy.
It most certainly could. Again, the hammer's breaking rocks, but not locks.
Yep, that's correct. And because World 6 is off the table. Oh, Leslie getting high jumped. Iggy doing Iggy things here and almost got it again, but Leslie takes care of Iggy there. Ooh, that fight was nasty.
Meanwhile, Budsy running into a little trouble after the double Tanuki flyover.
Now he's got to do the small, but does clutch it out. Takes care of the boom boom here. That will build his bridge here, and he'll be on his way. And that was a 5-hit Iggy right there yet again.
This tiebreaker is making our runners earn it. That is for sure.
Hey, I love to see it. I mean, you don't want it to be easy for these runners. You know, we're about to be in bracket stages. This is where the rubber's going to be beating the road here as we get a music box. A little too late for that game, I say. So, World 3. And unless you have 2 hammers, and Budsy's not going to have 2 hammers. He is going to have 2 hammers!
Well, the game knows it made you speak too soon.
All I had to do is say something and the situation presents itself. And if those 2 hammers, wow, holy smokes. Because if one of those 2 pipes, but Leslie's already there. He made quick work anyways.
Yeah, the pipe led right into that section.
All right, so the hammers are going to be useless. Yep. That's a bad... I mean, he's still going to have them for World 2, but he might use them here in World 3 when he might have had a better chance at World 2. This is where not using the hammers might help him more. So if Budzy's smart, he's going to take this pipe at start, and he'll see that he does not need those 2 hammers.
Yeah, you would think, given the value of the hammers, using 2 of them versus an uncontested pipe, you definitely want to give the pipe a go first.
Now, looking at this map here, Burgundy, there's 2 forts, and I only saw 1 lock, so there must be a lock guarding Wendy's. But which one is it? Might be the Air Force. Oh!
And to the Toad House we go.
Oh, and Budsy using both of his hammers here. Wasn't paying attention to the map there, and any advantage he might have had on Leslie just went down the drain, because now he will not have a hammer for World 2. And Leslie going to use his hammer suit now. Remember, Budsy has a hammer suit, so... this could come into play Bowser's Castle time if we don't see another Hammer Bros suit.
Wait, did Budsy get a second one?
Yes, he did.
Ah.
And Leslie falls!
Oh, no!
Oh, my goodness, Leslie. A couple of costly mistakes here in the Air Force. And yeah, there's that Hammer Bros suit that I mentioned. And Leslie going to try to get some lives back because he's at 0. Budsy right now at 3-4. Will Leslie get 3 ups here? He does not.
No.
So, again, this is allowing Budsy to get back into this one, and I think the nerves are really creeping in. What is Leslie has 1 Hammer Bros suit left, and he does not want to use it. This is big here. I mean, I don't think he's going to really lose any progress if he games over, but he could cede the lead to Budsy if he does not clear it on this attempt. Well, that was close. That was too close. Couple jumps left. All right, now got through the top. Another Hammer Bros suit for Budsy. He's got 2.
Wow.
He's going to use one of them right here. Nice. Oh, but the little dodge there by that second Fire Bro, and that relieves him of his Hammer Bros suit. And unfortunately, we have to play the second fort because that broke the lock. We need to play this, and Leslie going to use a star. Ends up being the Donut Fort 4F2, so our World 4 forts, no pair up this time.
Budsy now here in the Air Force.
All right, Leslie gets through the big jump there. Oh, look at this trash.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, there was really not much chance.
Everywhere, yeah, this is...
All right, again, this is important. That's risky for Leslie, but he makes it. He knew what he was doing. I certainly wouldn't have taken the approach Leslie did there, but he made it work.
Yeah, cornering yourself, giving you less room to maneuver. It's a bold strategy, but in this case, it worked out.
And Leslie is going to... Another gutsy strategy here by Leslie. He is using the Jugum Cloud. Or actually, no, it is a gutsy strat, because if he dies, he game overs, and he has to play that panel anyways. And there was a star there, and he's going up against Wendy! If she's not a one-hitter, Leslie is in big trouble, and we could see a change in leadership. But she's a side salad! What a break for Leslie!
This has been all over the place, and we're a little more than halfway through here.
I'm telling you, if she's not a side salad, that fight could have gone any direction, and if Leslie dies, Budsy takes the lead. This is such a great race here.
Budsy now on the airship, and...
Now, we're going to see if Leslie does the same thing that Budsy did and take the intentional game over. If I was Leslie, I would, with this one panel guarding this fort. Let's take a look. And it's 4-2, and he's still going to play it. Wow. I admire his courage. I really do.
Oh.
Well, he was almost a boss bass meal. All right. Giant Goomba or the seed is invalidated. Are you going to change into a giant Goomba, or are you going to make me disappointed? You're going to make me disappointed, aren't you? Oh, game. Well, in any event, Leslie does get through 4-2. Yeah, I always love it when Boss Bash shows up at 4-2 because a lot of times it'll midway through it changes to a giant Goomba. It's funny. All right, Leslie does have now 1 life and is going to use the P-Wing to get through 6F3. Well, good choice.
Yeah, gets through a lot of the muck that is in the way here. The disco waffles and those thwomps.
Yep. Yeah, 6F3 is a great level to use a P-Wing on. Some people will say that 7F1 Fort Knox is the best to use it, which time-wise I agree, but 6F3 is a great one too. Budsy also using the P-Wing here. No, he did not use a P-Wing. He had a leaf. Never mind.
Just using those P-speed strats.
Right. All right, Budsy giving up his tail here, but should be fine. Yeah, both of the Hotfoots are the Boo Diddley variety. They're not the crazy ones. And uh-oh, Atlantis. And Leslie says, no part of this level. Unfortunately, he has no Jugum Cloud, so it's required. And does Budsy still have a Jugum Cloud? If he does, we have a change in leadership. Let's take a look. Does he still have a Jugum Cloud? Well, he sees Atlantis too, and by the looks of things, I don't think he's got it either. So right now, we actually have a change in leadership.
Yeah, Budsy now just slightly ahead here in the Atlantis board.
Yep, one of the 9 beta levels and one of the 3 types of levels where auto-scrollers cannot be turned off. And boy, what a threading of the needle there by Leslie to take care of that nanny blooper. But here comes another one. As I was mentioning, there are 3 types of levels where auto-scrollers cannot be turned off. This is one of them. The others are the diagonal auto-scroller that we saw earlier in World 6, 5, 9. And the third situation are the coin heavens. Yeah, Leslie having this fire suit's going to really come in handy. That's a luxury Budsy is not going to have here in Atlantis.
Just clearing things out of the way.
A nice 1-2 movement there from Leslie. Make sure you tap that button quickly because those pipes are going to try to send you to your doom. And Leslie gets through Atlantis, as did Budsy. But Leslie's still in trouble here. He's on 0 lives.
Yeah, Budsy for the moment, it looks like it was about a 5-second differential between Budsy finishing Atlantis and Leslie.
And they are literally now step for step here. We're now in 3-6. But Leslie's the one who's on very thin ice because he's got no lives left. He takes a death. Budsy will take the lead, and Leslie would have to play Atlantis over again. Oh, man, I'm not even playing this race, and I'm nervous. And Budsy, maybe he didn't want those extra lives, but I think this is a good idea considering what he's gone through. Take the insurance because you never know what's coming up.
All right, so the insurance marker in place just in case a bad roll comes up. Oh, wait.
Right, we're talking about high rollers. This is not high rollers. Instead, this is 5-7. Now, Budsy still has the lead, even with the fireworks, because Leslie decided to take care of this hammer bro, because that ended up being in the way, unfortunately for him. So now he's down Paradox Pipe. And decisions. Leslie wants to play the hammer bro. So Leslie being, a little bit conservative. He's going after items here, whereas Budsy is not. I mean, it depends on what we get. It's a P-Wing. Will Budsy go after it? He is going to go after it. Okay. So as it stands, it's about a full level lead for Budsy at this point. They are still neck and neck. Leslie losing his fire suit, unfortunately. And trying to finish it. Wow, that pickoff. Get me that pitcher on my team. Uh-oh, another bad level here. 5-3 beta.
Does get the 5 up, though.
And I agree with this play here for Leslie. I mean, you do not want to take a crucial game over in this situation right here. I mean, yes, it's going to put him a little bit more back as he was, but this is exactly the right play, especially now that he sees 5-3 beta.
Yep, no power-ups in 5-3 beta.
Now, one of the many beta levels that has no power-ups. 1.5 beta doesn't have them. I want to say 3.9 beta doesn't have them. Here's our 4 F1. Ooh, man, a lot of mess here, but Leslie is through. Budsy thought about taking top path, but is going to opt for bottom path instead. Again, it's one of those to each your own situations here. I see runners, it's kind of split. I was going to use a P-Wing. We'll see how it plays out. I'm a little surprised. I mean, Leslie, I would imagine, probably not comfortable with top path, but it will get him through the bottom part quicker than it did for Budsy. So there is that. But we are still neck and neck here, and we've only got 2 worlds left to go. We've got World 2. And of course, we've got World 8, the Great Equalizer.
Indeed, and Budsy quickly into the pipe here. And Roy, not our boy, a one-hitter.
Oh, and Budsy does not get the animation skip. A little bit too low. Unfortunate there for Budsy. All right, Leslie taking care of Roy himself, but no P-Speed to try for it, so... boy, oh boy, this is neck and neck. You're literally talking about 15 seconds-ish. We get a music box. Thanks a lot, Princess. Wrong level. They have a lot of music boxes. I think we saw like 3 on Budsy's side. I think he's now got 4. Yep.
4. Yep.
4.
4.
All right, next level. Ooh, the deceptively difficult 5-8. It's short, but it's not very sweet because of that guy. Ooh, that was close. But he's going to come again. There he is. Oh, now he's in trouble.
Oh, no.
Is he going to get picked off? Nope, he made it. Leslie, though!
Leslie.
Ooh. Yeah, he took a bad hop right there. It's kind of like those grounders. It kind of hits the dirt, then it hits the grass, takes that funny hop, and that's what happened for Leslie. Now, let's see. Well, Budsy, unfortunately, the pipe takes us to a lock. And Leslie, wow, that dodge there by a Lakitu there. Holy Moses. But Leslie does get through 5-8. Now we have the natural 5-3. Leslie now.
Giant Goombas making it certainly feel a little unnatural.
Oh, I know. Well, I'd rather have giant Goombas than, an angry sun, a cheap, a boss bass. I'd take this enemy set every day of the week. And Leslie just...
Even with that Paragoomba.
Yeah, well, I hate Paragoombas. I mean, apart from, like Fire Nippers, yeah, they're the worst enemy in the game. But Budsy does get through 5-3. Leslie going to carry an ice cube. Nice shot there on the Fire Piranha. Not out of the woods yet, though. Is he going to go for the power-up? No, he's going to wait it out. Okay. Good jump. Uh-oh, 2-3 with our friend Boss Bass. This could get nasty. I know a lot of people in our chat here are rooting for Team Boss Bass. That was close. Ooh. A little dangerous for Budsy, but now here's Leslie's opportunity here in 2-3. Budsy just gonna wait it out here and there. He's in there, but there's that Paragoomba causing trouble. Budsy is through. Oh, Mile Nelly. Okay, Leslie gonna, play. He's gonna do the same thing that Budsy did there, and he's gonna be through, provided he shows some patience here. Budsy taking down the Fire Bro, gets a star. Our next level is 2-1. Budsy gonna have to grab this because that Paragoomba did Paragoomba. Oh, this nasty enemy set. Fatouis, nippers, fire nippers, probably. Yeah, this, and Leslie bites the dust in that one, unfortunately. And Leslie gonna use a P-Wing, and I don't fault him. Yeah, he's not, oh, wow.
No!
You want to talk about pickoffs here. Again, I want him on my team. Get me those players on my team. As Budsy, I really do not think he wanted to grab the fireworks there, but I mean, he's going to have a lot of lives, 17 extras. So, but this is the nastiest enemy set in the game. There's no doubt about it here. Leslie trying to wrap this up. Here's the World 1 fort. Oh, Leslie, slow down, slow down. There you go. All right, so we can get the item, and Budsy getting the P-speed there. That's a tough maneuver.
Nicely played.
Very nicely played indeed. Leslie now, and that's a Jugum Cloud. Now, Leslie, if he does not take a hit, should get that same Jugum, as we now have 1-2. Where's Boss Bass? Do I hear a Boss Bass? No, I do not hear a Boss Bass. All right, Leslie will get that same Jugum Cloud 2. Budsy did lose his tail right at the end there. Oh, 7-5 for Leslie. We had a divergence of paths.
Oh, no, and we got a Boss Bass in there, too.
A divergence of paths. Budsy went bottom, Leslie went top, and Budsy picked it right. Oh my God, the double kill! The double kill! The meal and the death of Boss Bass in there. Leslie now going to go to the bottom, but yeah, Budsy now establishing a lead on Leslie after that. Yeah, 7-5, the Alcatraz, the prison, whatever you want to call it. And let's see how salty Morton Koopa ends up being. 2 is not enough. 3, moderate intake. Okay, so Budsy, the first one into World 8 here. So people in chat, make a prediction. How many bridges is it going to take to build the path to Bowser's Castle?
I'm usually on team 1.
And Leslie is going to use his Jugum Cloud just like Budsy did on the same location. Wow, nice moves there for Leslie. Gets a hammer, which unfortunately is now going to be useless. All right, let's take a look at our front. No locks as of yet, so 4 is still alive. And we've got 4-4.
Oh. Little spiny snipe there.
Leslie going to try to get the fire kill on Morton here. He's got a few more fireballs left to go, and there it is. So right now, it's about a 1-minute lead for Budsy going into level 8. This is very close. Anything can still happen here, but right now, Budsy controls his own destiny. And we've got 6 F1, the escalator fort, so both of these panels here are forts.
Nice jump to get away from that disco waffle.
All right, Leslie now in that same 4-4. Should have a better chance here. Budsy with the star here. Oh, unfortunately.
Whoa.
Yeah, unfortunately, he kind of bonked, so he was hoping for another star, but it turned out being a leaf, so no bro kill there, so unfortunate. Because if he could have kept going, Bergs, he still had a chance at the bro kill. Because you can get it from there.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the World 8 fort. What would a World 8 be without a World 8 fort? As Budsy loses his tail, and this fort is no joke either, Burgundy.
Almost more than that.
Yeah. This fort is no joke. And now Leslie in that same World 8 fort. So both of these players playing both levels. Right now, Budsy in good shape. Let's see if he can get the one cycle. Good jump. Another good jump. Unfortunately, he's not going to get the one cycle with that hit, but he's looking for a star or a fire flower and gets a star. But that won't help him. If he was small, that would help him get the bro kill, but he won't be able to get the bro kill now. Leslie, meanwhile, he's got his fire suit. Yeah, he got the one cycle. Very good. And the fire kill as well. So good World 8 fort there for Leslie's. But right now, he's a full fort back. Look at this path. You want to talk about a linear path? You want to talk about a linear path there, Burgundy? Oh, Leslie going for the damage boost strats. It's risky. Oh, that hot foot. Ooh. And there's World 2 fort. I think the last fort, if we see it, Burgundy is going to be 3F2. It's got to be. Leslie going to go for the bro kill. He should get it. Yeah, he's going to get it. Nice job there, Leslie. The bro kill. Get him out in chat.
Bro.
All right, so Leslie now going to be on his way. He's going to see this convoluted mess. There's Budsy wrapping up Spike Fort here. 2, 3. And Leslie going to not use a power-up, and he'll probably be happy about that because it is World 2 fort.
Whoa.
I know. That one got me going too, Burgundy. 2 bridges in the...
2 bridges in the tilt.
Budsy in the driver's seat right now to win this race and move on to the brackets. It is not over yet because Leslie still has a Hammer Bro suit. If Budsy doesn't get the Hammer Bro kill and Leslie can hang on and find the path quick, he's still in it. But right now, Budsy controls his destiny. Struggling a little with the every person's clip. Oh, let's see what Leslie decides to do. He doesn't see anything good here. Goes to the right. Leslie does not get the clip. Leslie's found the way out. This one is not over yet, folks. Because Budsy's struggling with the clip here. He's not giving up. But here comes Leslie, folks. Boy, Budsy doesn't know it, but he is running out of time, Burgundy. Oh, Leslie's struggling here. Oh, my goodness gracious. I'm on the edge of my seat here. What will Leslie do when he gets here? Budsy finally gives up. If Leslie gets the clip, no, he doesn't. He gets his second try. Budsy has to get through. He loses it. Leslie on the lead. Budsy barely made that jump. Leslie just needs 5 hammers to win this race. Hi, Bowser. Bye, Bowser. Get your GGs out for Leslie Pro 04. What a match, Burgundy.
Holy smokes.
Budsy could not get the clip to get into Bowser's room right there. Went through the door, lost his Hammer Brothers suit, and that enabled Leslie Pro to snipe it away from Budsy, and Leslie Pro is moving on to the brackets.
I mean, all told, this is going to be like about a 30-second difference here.
About a 30-second difference, you say. Well, let's see how close you ended up being here. Is Leslie Pro's official GG time, race time GG was 47 minutes and 15 seconds. budzyRNG's official race time GG performance, 47:45, right on the dot, Burgundy. A 30-second difference.
Oh, wow.
It came down to Bowser's Castle. Budsy could not get the clip, and after about 10 attempts, finally gave up. But by that time, it was too late, and then Budsy had lost the Hammer Bro suit. If he goes to the door first try, I think he still wins.
Yeah, it's. I mean, there's a lot of if-then type scenarios here, but man, this was back and forth the entire time.
Indeed, it was. Boy, what a tiebreaker. You could not have asked for a better tie-breaking game than what we just saw right here on Speed Gaming 2, Burgundy.
No, it doesn't get much better than this. I mean, my fingernails are down to the nubs right now.
As a lot of people's, I'm sure, are going to be. Let's see if we can get these two gentlemen in here for an interview. But what a match.
Yep, working on the specifics, taking care of the links to get both Budsy and Leslie in here. I think we all need a minute after that to recover.
I agree, 100%. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we do have our winner, Leslie Pro 04, here in the commentator's booth with us. GG, congratulations. You are moving on to the bracket stages, but it was not easy for you to get to this point because you're going to have to watch it back, Leslie. Actually, we're going to tell you in just a moment. Budsy's about to join us.
We're going to go over this in tandem.
Pounding.
All right. We also have budzyRNG here in the commentator's booth with us. My, oh my, gentlemen, what a seesaw affair. You two had the entire game. Budsy, you had about a 1-minute lead going into World 8, and you got to Bowser's Castle first. But unfortunately, you could not get the clip going into Bowser's room.
I just could not get the subpixels. I guarantee. Did that come down to a hammer suit?
Yes.
I kind of figured if I only lost by 30 seconds, it had to come down to a hammer suit. Because that was a pretty easy World 8.
It was, yeah. You were controlling your own destiny. It looked like you were going to win this, but unfortunately, you couldn't get the clip, and then you ended up
lost my hammer suit.
Then you lost the Hammer Bro suit. That was it. And then Leslie got the clip on the second attempt.
Oh man, GG,
and
Leslie.
there's a reason I practiced that, because I was struggling with it.
And that practice paid off in dividends and more dividends for you, Leslie.
Oh man.
When I saw that 30 seconds, I was like, just how did I win that? Just literally, how? I am legit in disbelief because I had yummy inputs left and right throughout the seed. And if I had game overed on Wendy, that would have been the end of dog racing.
Oh, yes, it would have been, yeah. You were teetering on the edge of game over so many times in that game, Leslie. You know, and Budsy, you as well, you ended up taking an intentional game over after you cleared a world to stock up on lives.
Yeah, I needed that because I couldn't get a fanfare to save my life. I couldn't even refill my life bank when I want to on purpose.
So
the one time I want fanfares, I can't get them. I'm like, are you kidding me?
There's a reason why I always like to say the game knows, and that's what happened right there.
This game knows everything. This game
Doesn't
hates
it?
me. This game hates me. It hates all of us.
I know. 7F2, that was required.
Yeah.
Both of you had to play it. Man.
I thought for sure because World 2 was so long, I was like, because I skipped the bottom Hammer Bros in that World 5. I'm like, if Leslie played them both and maybe got a cloud or two out of that, I might be in trouble.
Now, in World 7, Who played that extra 7 F1? Was that you, Leslie, or was that you, Budsy?
That was Budsy.
Did you realize that 7 F1 was not required because you could have just won around that fort?
That was a misread on my part.
Oh, okay.
One of my biggest weaknesses in Rando is map layouts. Every once in a while, like it'll throw me for a loop. And when I saw that, I'm like, I'm guarantee you I didn't need to play this fort. And sure enough, there it was. Yep.
Now, unfortunately, Leslie, you were struggling with the level that immediately preceded that fort. I mean, few deaths there. Yikes! It was you had it rough.
Yeah, like I said, one of my biggest problems in this run was yummy inputs. That was a yummy input.
We saw one happen in 8-2. Yeah, 8-2. Yeah, when you missed that jump in 8-2, I'm thinking, yep, he lost his input there.
Yep, and then that got into my head, so it's like, okay, just keep going, deep breaths, calm down, we're still in this. And then, of course, Air Force, that was just a miscalculated jump, because I've had a tail for that. Not this time.
Right. Now, another thing that gave Budsy the lead going into World 8 was there was a divergence. Leslie, you went up where Budsy went down. And and Budsy, you want to know what you avoided one going up without going up?
What was that?
7-5 with Boss Bash.
Thank God I went the right way.
You went the right way, and Leslie was trying to play it through. And I'm going to tell you, that death actually was a blessing if you look at the final times, because you were trying to play through it.
Yeah, that death might have saved my bacon, all things considered.
Yeah, the double knockout between you and Boss Bass, you don't see that very often, but yeah. Then you were like, bump 7-5, I'm taking the bottom, and that enabled you to stay in the race again. Like I said, it was a 1-minute deficit for you, Leslie, going into World 8.
Wow.
I can't believe it was that close. I thought for sure early on because I died so many times that I had no shot. I really didn't.
Yeah,
you both of you had your fair share of deaths, unfortunately. And again, like I mentioned, both of you were teetering on crucial game overs that might have cost either one of you the match right there. But you both clutched it out when you absolutely had to. And Leslie, how relieved were you when you got to the Wendy fight on your last life and she was a side salad?
That was a massive sigh of relief, because all I wanted to do was just get to the end of the world, get through it, and then we'll reevaluate where things are.
Right.
Could have taken the game over, but I chose not to because I was close to getting a life if I had just cleared one stage.
Yeah, and that was
had to do.
Correct. And that was going to be my next question, Leslie, for you, is that what gave you the decision of why you decided to play 4-2 rather than taking the intentional game over to restock on your lives? And, and it does make sense, but I mean, you were, even when you did that, you were still teetering on lives after that. Man. But sometimes
down there, because I know how rude those cheaps can be.
But yeah, I mean, sometimes you have to take big chances to get big rewards in races like this. And you took some chances, Leslie, and they definitely paid off for you. And Budsy, man, I feel real bad for you, because it did look like you were going to be advancing to the bracket stages. But that's why we call World 8 the Great Equalizer. It all came down to Bowser's Castle, because both of you mapped it pretty much identically. The World 8. I mean, there was really no divergence in it in any shape or form.
Right.
So,
play the two stages at the beginning, hoping they're both forts that would help you in the beginning and whatnot. And then, of course, you had to find your way to the dark room. And it's like, okay, go which way, right or up. I decided to go up, found a fort, and then a pipe took me to the other side. Then we found the pipe to Bowser, and I was like, all right, we're out of here. But then once again, I couldn't get that clip, and I was like, well, I better go through the door, because for all I know, Leslie could be right on my tail. So it's like, I better just go. I was like, how many attempts was I in? Like 7 or 8, maybe even 9.
It was around 10. I didn't really count, but it was around 10. But yeah,
it was a lot.
It was very unfortunate as well, Budsy. I mean, you get the clip, you simply you win the race, you move on to brackets, but
right. But instead, I'm gonna take my seat at Desert Hill Country Club. I have my eye on that omelet station at Champagne Brunch. Tee off is at 10 if anybody wants to join me.
All right, and I hear that the par 3 17th, if anybody gets a hole in one, they win a brand new car.
You do win a brand new car, and you get a $500 bar tab. So
Exactly.
go for it.
All right. Hey, great race to the both of you. You're definitely going to want to watch this one back. And again, congratulations, Leslie Pro 4, making it to the bracket stages. Huge win for you tonight. Burgundy, any questions or comments for either of these runners?
I'm still just taking this all in. I mean, actually, no. I know there was something we were... Budsy, in World 3, you had those two hammers, and I believe that the first pipe there, right under where you were standing, that led to, I don't know, was there any thought process after the fact of...
yeah, once I saw the pipe, I did the hammers, and I went in the pipe, like, well, that was a waste.
Yeah, and that's a hammer that could have come in handy in World 2.
Exactly. If I had saved the hammers, and I maybe would have got out of World 2 faster, but my gut instinct when I have World 3 and two hammers, and hammers don't break blocks, is just go through. I just went with my gut, and it really didn't pay off, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, if you had a third hammer, I mean, that would have been fine because there's no other place to use hammers at that point. But it just didn't work out for you in that particular case. But again, great race, you two. Congratulations, budzyRNG and Leslie Pro 4 for putting up a dynamite performance. Again, Leslie Pro, we will see you in the bracket stages. So GG, both of you.
Thanks, GG Budsy. Hope to see you take on the Challenge Cup because I have a feeling you'd make a pretty good run at that. Last year, I came in second.
Ooh.
Overall in Challenge Cup.
Oh, nice. GG, Leslie. Good luck in brackets, pal. Go knock him dead. And pleasure to race you. And we'll see you again soon, buddy.
Absolutely. And GG's.
GG's.
Oh, I am still catching my breath, and my only hope is Burgundy. We didn't give you a heart attack on that one.
You definitely gave me one. That's for sure. A few times.
My heart skipped a beat a few times in the race.
All right. Please make sure you give both of our runners, Leslie Pro 04 and budzyRNG, a follow. But we're not finished yet here on Speed Gaming 2 because we now have a past tournament champion here of the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament, Macobra52, with some announcements to make. Macobra, take it away.
Hey there, Laws, Fearon. Howdy, everybody. First of all, excellent match there between you, Leslie, and Budsy. That was just phenomenal. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time, along with these commentators as well. Really amazing matchup there. Very nicely done.
Thanks, Macobra.
Thanks, man.
So, yep, with that final tiebreaker match, we do have everything sort of situated here as far as the main bracket in our Challenge Cup here. So I know you're looking forward to seeing like where y'all placed and whatnot. So yeah, on the challenge page, you can see who's advancing, but you have to sort of dig down in order to look at the average times and everything in order to determine the seeding. So this is what I'm coming forward with you guys here tonight. So without further ado, let's. I'm going to start by just going down to each seed here, and then we'll look at the bracket and sort of look at a picture of that and see what kind of matchups we're going to be looking at in the bracket stage, which will start on Tuesday, July 5th. We're going to take a break after SGDQ while SGDQ is going on, and then once that is over, we will resume after that. So without further ado, so naturally we'll start with our top seed of the group play here. He is no stranger to the community. I have seed 1 with average time of 33 minutes and 24 seconds. In Group A is our very own Mitch Flowerpower. Seed 2 with average time of 33 minutes and 32 seconds. In Group J is Mitty Guy DP. Seed 3 had an average time of 34 minutes 23 seconds. In Group B, the Hacksaw. In Group 4, with an average of 35 minutes 39 seconds. Paradox 64 in Group H. Seed 5 with a time of 35:39. In Group D, Pro A 007. In Seed 6, time at 37:12. Some guy named Macobra52, not sure who that is.
Yeah, who the heck is Macobra52?
There's a rumor that he there's rumor that he there's a rumor that he pretty much swept the whole entire group. I don't know though.
Yep. Seed 7 with an average of 37.51. In Group K, Ibuba 7. And to round out our top 8, who all receive first round buys in the bracket stage, their average time was a 38.04. And they were in Group I, and we are Human Mustard. So congratulations to them in particular. All 6-0 records, all will receive first round buys, and yeah, huge props. But yeah, we're not done yet. We're going to wrap up the rest of the main bracket here. So yeah, C9 is Teeks in Group E. C10 will be Stewie Cartman from Group G. Seed 11, Group F, is DLP 316. C12 from Group G, Europe Salis. C13 from Group B, Tapatio J. Seed 14 from Group A, Dust Minion. C15 from Group F, Chiapper Mario. Seed 16 from Group D, the classic one. Group 17 from Group B, Scarface Nico. Seed 18 from Group J, Gimp Extreme. Seed 19 from Group H, Glutamic Acid. Seed 20 from Group I is Adam Ferrari. Seed 21 from Group K is High Flyer 28 TTV. And to wrap up our initial people who advanced by default, are at C22, we have Leslie Pro 4.
Who dat?
Yep. New this year. In addition, we had 2 wildcard spots in order to make an even bracket of 24 participants. We decided, hey, we'll take the rest of them. Whoever has the best average time out of every participant, regardless of which group they were in, they did not advance. They were a contender in these wildcard spots. And we have our 2 here, and they actually have really formidable average times, actually within 6 seconds of each other. But without further ado, our first wild card from Group E is Johnny Link. And our second wild card from Group F is the Bagler 5. So yeah, congratulations on both of them for making it in. So yeah, so what kind of matchups are we looking at in the bracket stage here? So, in no particular order, in round 1, we're gonna have these following matchups here. Gonna have the classic 1 versus Scarface Nico, and the winner of that faces Mitch Flower Power. And we have Teeks and the Bagler going against each other. And the winner will face Human Mustard. Then we'll have Europe Salis and High Flyer in round 1, and the winner of that faces Pro 007. Then we'll have Tapatio J and Adam Ferrari, and the winner faces Paradox 64. Then we have Dust Minion and Glutamic Acid, and the winner will face the Hacksaw. DLP 316 and Leslie Pro 04, and the winner will face me, Makoto 52. Stewie Cartman versus Johnny Link, and the winner will face Ibuba 7. And True Hyper Mario versus Gimp Extreme, and the winner will face MIDI Guy DP. And that concludes our bracket matchups.
Well, it should be very, very interesting, Macobra, when we get into the bracket stages here. There's going to be a lot of competitive matchups here. You know, from here on out, there are no more easy matchups here, and these runners are going to have to earn it every step of the way.
Absolutely. Just looking forward to these. It's going to be pretty exciting. You know, some of these matchups go back, several years now. So it'll be interesting to see how it turns out.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. That's for sure, Macobra. Great matchups on the way. I mean, you're going to see a lot of rematches, I'm sure, from past tournaments, when we get down to the nitty-gritty here. But I'm definitely excited for it once we finish our break after Summer Games done quick.
Absolutely. And for those of you who did not advance, you're in the Challenge Cup, please be sure to look out for an invitation coming in the next day or two for that bracket. And yeah, that should be exciting as well. Still finalizing that, but yeah, once we get to it, be sure to look out for it.
Sounds good. Macobra52, thank you very much for being here, presenting the brackets to everybody here on Speed Gaming 2. And again, as I mentioned, definitely looking forward to it. There's going to be a lot of great matchups here. We're going to see a lot of fireworks, and should be a lot of fun. Bergs, what do you think?
If any of the races are like this one, this is going to be beyond phenomenal.
No question about it. Do you have any final thoughts or anything else you want to say before we call it a night here on Speed Gaming 2, Macobra?
Nothing in particular. Just thank you so much to all the volunteers and all the commentators and all the players who have made this event happen this year. It's been a blast, and definitely looking forward to the brackets coming up after SGDQ.
Alrighty, so with that is going to draw our coverage to tonight's Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer tournament to a close here. Again, please make sure you give both of our runners, budzyRNG and Leslie Pro 04, a follow. And yes, of course, please do give Macobra52 a follow as well, putting this together along with Pro A77 and everybody else who's involved with the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer community here. And we are going to be breaking away here for a while, but we will be back with the bracket stages after SGDQ. Burgundy, you've got the final word tonight.
All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Coming up here among the Speed Gaming networks, looks like we've got the conclusion of the Chrono Trigger Jets of Time Weekly over on the main Speed Gaming channel, and coming up at 11:10 p.m., about an hour from now, over on Speed Gaming 3, the Super Metroid Randomizer multi-category tournament. We have a race between the Crane Op and Gameaholic. That's over on Speed Gaming 3 in an hour from now. But thank you for sticking with us here. And until next time, for my broadcast partner, LOZ Cards Fan 23, for all of us here in the Speed Gaming Networks, I'm Ferran Burgundy saying stay classy, my friends, and more importantly, stay safe. So long.